Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. A ministerial agreement establishing a regional transport corridor authority that will connect South Sudan, Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Uganda is underway. The government of Eastern Equatorial State has prohibited foreigners from engaging in illegal mining and logging, citing rising security threats linked to such activities. And elsewhere, Sudan's paramilitary rapid support forces says it has taken control of the western city of El Fashir, marking a turning point in the civil war. This is stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. A ministerial agreement establishing a regional transport corridor authority that will connect South Sudan, Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Uganda is underway. The final signing is expected to take place in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia in the coming weeks. Officials from the four nations reached agreement during a technical and ministerial level meeting held in Djibouti from October 21st to 22nd, 2025. The National Minister of Roads and Bridges, Simon Mijok, signed on behalf of South Sudan alongside his counterparts from Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Uganda. Speaking to the South Sudan Broadcasting Corporation over the weekend, Mijok described the corridor as more than a transport route, a strategic lifeline that will link the participating nations to global markets, enhance mobility, and promote social and economic growth across the Horn and Eastern Africa. Ethiopia's Minister of Transport and Logistics, Alemu Seme, said the corridor will serve as an artery of commerce and a driver of regional integration and prosperity. Representing Uganda's Minister of Works and Transport, Apollo Kachunko, also highlighted the importance of the connectivity to the continent's development. In November 2024, Ethiopia's parliament approved funding for the project, agreeing to extend a $738 million loan to South Sudan for the construction of its section of the regional highway. In turn, South Sudan will supply petroleum products to Ethiopia. The government of Eastern Equatorial State has prohibited foreigners from engaging in illegal mining and logging, citing rising security threats linked to such activities. According to John Elia Al-Haji, the State Minister of Information and Communication, the decision follows a resolution passed by the Eastern Equatorial State Council of Ministers during its recent meeting. Minister Al-Haji said several foreigners and non-indigenous individuals have been conducting artisanal mining and other unauthorized businesses in local forest without the knowledge or approval of the state or county authorities. He said these activities pose serious security risk to local communities. Minister Al-Haji warned that anyone found violating the resolution will face legal action. He called on county commissioners and security agencies to strictly enforce the directive to protect the state's natural resources and ensure community safety. He also emphasized that anyone found in the forest without official clearance will be held accountable in court. Minister Al-Haji said the directive aims to safeguard natural resources and ensure that all economic activities in Eastern Equatorial State are carried out lawfully and transparently. An official at the Ministry of Interior has hailed the upcoming cybercrime and computer misuse bill as a major step toward tackling the growing online offenses and protecting internet users across the country. Major General Daniel Justin, who is the Director of Community Policing, said the yet-to-be enacted law is long overdue and will clearly define cyber offenses while introducing tougher penalties for online crimes. He noted that the absence of proper legislation had made it easy for offenders to commit crimes online and escape the light punishments due to legal gaps. His comments come after the Transitional National Legislative Assembly passed the bill to its third and final reading last week. However, the proposed legislation has raised concerns among human rights groups who fear it could be used to monitor, intimidate, or silence journalists and activists. According to General Justin, the law will instead strengthen online law enforcement, curb digital fraud, and ensure criminals face justice. Speaking on the Around South Sudan podcast on Friday, he said a specialized department headed by an attorney has already been established to investigate and prosecute cybercrimes in anticipation of the bill's enactment. General Justin said cyber-related crimes are on the rise in the country, with most cases involving defamation, cyberbullying, and online fraud. He added that the police are building capacity and learning new skills to investigate cyber offenses and help victims access justice. This is iRadio Morning News. And now to the international scene. Sudan's paramilitary Rapid Support Forces says it has taken control of the western city of El Fasher, marking a turning point in the civil war. The group said in a statement on social media that it had seized El Fasher from the grip of mercenaries and militias allied with the terrorist army. The loss would be a huge blow to the Sudanese army, as El Fasher is its last remaining foothold in the Darfur region, leaving RSF effectively in control of the area. The army has yet to comment. But this comes after a rebel group announced the capture of Army's 6th Division headquarters, saying that it had destroyed huge military vehicles and taken military equipment. Finally, hundreds of protesters have clashed with security forces in several cities across Cameroon a day before the results in a highly contested presidential election are due to be announced. Police fired tear gas and water cannons at the protesters of opposition candidate Issa Chiroma Bakri in his stronghold of Garawa, a city in the north of the country. The protesters were denouncing what they said was a plan by the ruling party, the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, to steal the victory from the opposition leader. Chiroma Bakri has insisted that he won the presidential election held on October 12th, challenging incumbent President Paul Biya for the 3-year-old on power. The CPDM party has dismissed the claims. This is our Radio Morning News, and to end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. A ministerial agreement establishing a regional transport corridor authority that will connect South Sudan, Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Uganda is underway. The government of Eastern Equatorial State has prohibited foreigners from engaging in illegal mining and logging, citing rising security threats linked to such activities. And Sudan's paramilitary Rapid Support Forces says it has taken control of the western city of El Fasher, making a turning point in the civil war. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287 It's also a WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iRadio.org. Stay tuned for the news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I'm Lasuba Memo. Thank you for listening.